congratulations on this. Such a fabulous film. I've been asking people what's their first ever Jurassic Park moment, because this is like, the first Jurassic Park was like capturing lightning in a bottle. This is like recapturing lightning in a bottle again.
I think it's, part of it was that the jungle was so frightening, in which you knew you could hear that there were things that you didn't want to be around, but you couldn't see them. And that's difficult. It's easy to do in the jungle because it could be that close. So you never know as you're walking along that something isn't going to burst out from behind a palm tree or, from underneath a rock or something like that. So that to me was being in the jungle and just being scared to death that I didn't know what these creatures could do. And dinosaurs are inherently pretty terrifying. So I haven't forgotten any of that.
Sorry, there's someone.
And we've got a great connection with the original film in David, your screenwriter here. How do you manage to go about getting a film that's not derivative, has its own originality, but is faithful to the world that Michael Crichton originally wrote?
Well, you hire somebody like David Koepp to write it, okay? And you hire that Steven Spielberg is involved throughout the process. I mean, he's making decisions on the script, he's making decisions on the director, he's taking a look at the stuff that you're doing. So his influence, the legacy that he's responsible for, he's very careful about preserving, and he lets the director do what the director wants, but he also, at the very beginning, steers him in the direction that he thinks the movie should go. So having that kind of helmsman is a remarkable attribute.
And Gareth has got such a massive background in visual effects that has to help massively, but also enable you to do some shots that he can see that maybe somebody else couldn't.
Well, when you're doing a dinosaur movie, there are no dinosaurs there. You may have a pole that's got a tennis ball on it, or an objectification of what the dinosaur will look like. But that's one of Gareth's specialties, is being able to imagine where that dinosaur will be, where it's going to go, where it's most effective for it to be. And other directors have a lot of trouble with that. Gareth, not at all.
And with Scarlett and Jonathan and the rest of your amazing cast, that's got to be a blessing as well, to have such a talented bunch who seem to love acting together.
Well, Scarlett has been doing this since she was 9 years old, so she knows how to, where performance is important, the kinds of things that are really stand out when you're setting up a shot, and that's very valuable. But Scarlett also is the empress of the group. These people all the cast had never worked together before. And within a week, Scarlett had melded them into a team, into a unit, in which they looked out for each other, they cared for each other, they had fun with each other. It really worked well. She's responsible for a lot of the success of that on-camera chemistry.
Well, congratulations on this again. It's been a pleasure to talk to you. I'm really excited for everyone to see it.
Good to talk to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey, you guys!